It all started in a forgotten corner of Detroit, a neighborhood the news never talked about, a place where boarded-up windows and silence replaced playgrounds and laughter. Amongst the shadows of closed factories and broken promises lived a single mother named Cassandra Reed. Cassandra wasn't anyone famous. She didn't wear a suit or carry a title. She was a waitress at a 24-hour diner that smelled of burnt coffee and survival. But she had a mind sharper than most CEOs and a heart that refused to be beaten by the weight of circumstance. And above all, she had a son, 13-year-old Jordan. Jordan wasn't like other boys. He was quiet, observant. There was a stillness in his eyes that made grown men uneasy, like he saw too much, like the world had taught him lessons most kids his age shouldn't have to learn. His father had walked out before Jordan's second birthday. No child support, no visits, just silence. And while other kids were learning math, Jordan was learning how to stretch $10 over 5 days, how to microwave soup so it felt like dinner, and how to pretend everything was fine. One night, after Cassandra's shift, she found Jordan outside on the steps shivering, eyes wide open. He was staring at the sky. "There's got to be something more than this, right?" he whispered. Cassandra sat beside him, exhausted, apron stained, shoes soaked, but she smiled. "There is. But you don't wait for it to come. You go get it. Even if you're bleeding, even if you're alone, even if no one believes in you, you keep walking." Jordan didn't respond that night, but the seed had been planted. 2 weeks later, everything fell apart. The diner closed down. Foreclosure letters started arriving. And to make things worse, Cassandra was diagnosed with a rare autoimmune disorder, aggressive, debilitating, and expensive. She tried hiding it from Jordan, tried smiling through the pain. But Jordan wasn't a kid anymore. Not really. One day, Jordan didn't come home from school. Panic gripped Cassandra like a vice. She searched the neighborhood, called friends, police, even hospitals. Hours passed. No sign. Then around 2:30 a.m., the front door creaked open. It was Jordan, clothes torn, bruised lip, but in his hands, a box. Inside it, cash, hundreds of dollars. Before Cassandra could even speak, he said, "I didn't steal it. I fought for it." Turns out Jordan had entered an underground youth MMA tournament. No gloves, no rules, just desperation. He didn't do it for pride. He did it because he overheard the pharmacist telling his mom her insurance didn't cover her medication. That night, Cassandra didn't scold him. She just held him. But this wasn't a fairy tale. The money helped for a while, but the disease advanced. The bills grew, and the world kept pushing. One morning, Jordan found his mom unconscious. She had collapsed from internal bleeding. Paramedics came. Sirens wailed. And just like that, the strongest person he knew was taken away behind flashing red lights. Jordan sat in the hospital lobby for 9 hours, alone. No relatives, no friends, just a boy, a vending machine sandwich, and a prayer. That's when he met Dr. Elijah Banks. Dr. Banks wasn't your typical surgeon. He came from South Bronx, had tattoos under his coat, and rode a motorcycle to work. He saw something in Jordan that day, a fire he recognized. He sat beside him and said, "I know that look. That look means you're tired of begging life to be fair." Jordan nodded. Dr. Banks leaned in closer. "You want real change? Then learn the system. Outthink them. Outlast them. Make them remember your name, not out of pity but out of respect." That was the moment everything shifted. Jordan made a choice. He stopped hanging out on corners. He stopped blaming the world. He started studying, hustling, not on the streets but in the books. He worked part-time jobs, took night classes, applied for scholarships, and visited Cassandra every day after school. He slept 4 hours a night, ate ramen noodles, missed birthdays and proms, but he never let go of the fire. 7 years later, he walked onto the stage of MIT as a full-ride scholarship student. He was no longer the scared boy from Detroit. He was a man who'd earned every inch of his progress. But life had one final twist. During his senior year, Cassandra took her final breath. peacefully, with a smile, knowing her son had broken the cycle. At her funeral, Jordan didn't cry. He stood beside her casket and said, "You told me not to wait for something more. You told me to go get it." "I did, Mom." After graduation, Jordan didn't chase fame. He returned home, bought the house they almost lost, reopened the old diner and hired single moms and teenage boys who reminded him of who he once was. He became the youngest city councilman in Detroit, started a non-profit to fund education for inner-city youth. And every Sunday, like clockwork, he visited the same steps where he once asked if there was something more. Jordan found his answer, believed in it when no one else did. And you? Maybe you're sitting on your own set of steps right now. Maybe you're watching everything crumble. Maybe you've lost your job, your faith, your direction. Maybe life has hit you so hard you can't even find the strength to stand. But hear this. You are not done. You are not broken beyond repair. And you are not alone. Life doesn't reward perfection. It rewards persistence. And the next chapter of your story, the one that changes everything, might not come when you're at your strongest. It might come when you're scared, when you're weak, when you're on your knees begging for a sign. Don't wait for someone to rescue you. Become the person who rescues themselves. Because sometimes the most powerful transformation happens not in comfort, but in the chaos. Just like Jordan, you may not be able to change where you come from, but you can change where you're going. So get up, walk forward, even if you have to limp, even if you have to crawl, because the miracle isn't in the finish line. It's in the fact that you never gave up trying to get there.